All right, welcome to video 6, phase 2, physical well-being. Now we're going to be diving a little bit more into some macros, some micros, some things to be paying attention to in your diet, and then we're going to be going a little bit more into the workout. Okay? We're going to be learning how to be more consistent and create a schedule that we're going to stick to, right? Phase 2, we need to start diving in, we need to start locking in. So we need to put a schedule if you don't already have a schedule in place. And by this point, you should have enough control over your mind to be able to pick a schedule and lock in. Now, with the dieting, we really need to start paying attention to watching out for your sodium and your trans fat. All right? You should not be taking in more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day. Okay, if you're young and you're sweating a lot, or if you're sweating a lot in general, there's an exception to that. But on a long time frame, eating more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium each day is going to cause some problems inside the body. Okay, trans fat is just an unnatural fat. You do not want to be consuming anything anything that has trans fat in it. Most stuff doesn't have trans fat, but you need to be on a lookout for it, because you do not want to consume anything with trans fat. Now, we need to start staying away from pre-packaged meals. Okay? I don't know if you were eating pre-packaged meals earlier to hit your calories, but there is too much sodium, and it is impossible to stay under your sodium intake when you're eating these pre-packaged meals. Okay? It's okay to go over every once in a while, but if you're constantly going over, this is where problems start arising. Right? You have to be aware. And I want you to start counting your calories. Start looking at the foods you're eating and start writing them down. Okay? Eventually you're going to get to a point where you can look at a plate of food and basically know the macros. Know how many calories, proteins, carbs, fats are on that plate. Okay? Once you write your macros down for the day, everything you eat, you write it down, you're going to get to a point where you don't need to write it down anymore. You'll just know. You just look at it and say, okay, that looks like about 6 ounces of chicken. That steak's probably about 250 calories right there. That plate right there, that looks probably about 600 calories. All right, and you'll be good for most of the day. Maybe off by 100, 200 calories, But start keeping track. Okay? If you haven't already done this, you need to go to bodybuilding.com, find the calculator that tells you what your BMR is. Write that number down, how many calories you need to be intaking, whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight. Get a notebook. Okay? And start writing down the macros, the carbs, proteins, sodium, and fat for everything you're eating. You can Google everything. How many carbs are in a half a cup of rice? How much protein is in an egg? Right? And write this stuff down. We need to start doing this, okay? We need to start locking in. This is phase 2. We're in the middle. It's time to lock in, because phase 3, you need to have this down. You need to be used to doing this, because phase 3, we're going to force results to happen. Okay, so it is important that you are listening and doing what I'm saying. It's not that difficult. Okay? Let's not be lazy. We're working on building our future self, okay? These are all characteristics that are going to help you. Nothing I'm telling you is going to be detrimental to your future self. Okay? Now, for the working out, for the people who are gaining weight, just keep doing your thing. You don't really have to switch the workout. Just make sure you're taking that deload week on the 4th week. Make sure you're increasing the weight every week for the first 3 weeks. And make sure your last 2 accessory movements, the 5 sets of 15, you're going hard. We need a pump. Okay? That's it. Now, for the people who are losing weight, we can start upping how many calories we're burning at the gym. Okay? We don't have to go super intense yet, but you need to start making it a little bit more intense, because phase 3 is going to be no joke. You need to get used to this over these next couple of weeks, because phase 3 is not going to be a joke. So what I want you to do is I want you, if you're not already doing high intensity training in the gym, you need to start. We're gonna do circuit training, okay? I want you to pick 4 or 5 workouts that are just body weight movements. Like, I'm gonna pick 5. I'll pick 5 for you. You can substitute them in and out if you have other ideas. Battle ropes, jump ropes, jumping jacks, mountain climbers, and jumping squats, okay? This is how this is gonna work. Remember, this is for the people who are losing weight. This is a high intensity circuit training workout. This is what I'm about to tell you. Most effective way to start burning some fat in a very small amount of time, right? We don't need to be in the gym for hours to do this. It's 45 minutes, all right? So those 5 workouts. You do one for 60 seconds. You do each of them for 60 seconds. 5 minutes straight with no break. The only break that you get is transitioning into the other workout. So you go 6 minutes straight, and then you take a 5-minute rest. 6 minutes straight, 5-minute rest. And do this 5 or 6 times, and you're done, okay? You can change some of those workouts for other stuff, you know, if you want to switch some stuff in, but make sure it's high intense, okay? We're trying to get the heart rate going while working the muscles out. And make it intense, right? The harder you work, the harder you push yourself, the better results you're gonna have. All I can do is tell you what to do. It is your decision to do it, okay? Now, I want you to start creating a do it now mindset. It's like the I am statements when you're telling yourself you are these characteristics. I want you to start doing this with the phrase, do it now. I want you to wake up, go to the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes, and say, do it now, do it now, do it now. 10 times out loud. Do this over and over and over throughout the day. And what you'll notice is it will create some kind of urgency inside of you. Some kind of subconscious urgency. You'll start feeling like you need to get things done now. Become the person who does not wait, who does not procrastinate. Become the person who gets it done now. We all know those people who stop what they're doing to get things done immediately. And they are far better off than those who procrastinate. Remember, do it now, do it now, do it now. All of these things, we're changing our thought patterns. Okay? We are becoming our future versions of ourselves. I'm sure by this point, at the beginning of week 6, you could start realizing that. All right? That's the end of video 6. Do these things for the next 7 days so you are ready for the 7th video.